You don't need to spend big to fill your library with incredible games, and this week's eShop sale is proof. From massive open-world loot shooters to stylish indie throwbacks, there's something here for every kind of player. I've got 11 games that balance creativity, story, and pure fun, all going for prices that make it hard to say no. So grab a brew, top up that eShop balance, and let's dive right into it. We're starting off strong with Borderlands Legendary Collection, which includes Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel. That's easily hundreds of hours of looting, shooting, and chaos in one package. Each game is packed with explosive combat, dark humour, and endless weapon combinations, and the Switch port holds up surprisingly well. You can jump in solo or team up online for some classic co-op mayhem. You can get completely lost in these games, and playing the first game back on the 360 are some of my fondest memories, tweaking your builds and chasing that next legendary drop. Some textures are a bit softer on handheld mode, but that's a fair trade-off for being able to take Pandora anywhere. This is a ridiculous amount of content for the price and one of the best value bundles on the eShop, and all for just £7.99 or €9.99. Unfortunately, this isn't on sale in North America. This sale ends on November 17th. From looter-shooter mayhem to something way more sinister, let's talk about one of the creepiest horror games on the Switch. MADiSON is the horror game that doesn't rely on jump scares. It gets under your skin and stays there. You play as a young man trapped in a dark house, guided by an old instant camera that reveals what your eyes can't see. Every photograph you take can expose hidden clues, or worse, something watching you from the corner of the frame. This game nails atmosphere with unsettling whispers, flickering lights, and puzzles that make you feel genuinely unsafe while solving them. It's heavily inspired by Fatal Frame, and while the visuals are toned down slightly for the Switch, the sense of dread is just as strong. It's short but incredibly memorable, and the 7-hour campaign is perfect if you want a horror game that you can finish in a weekend. And all that for just £8.99 or your country's equivalent, a massive 70% discount. This sale ends on November 17th in the UK and Europe, and November 10th in North America. Now something to lift the mood a little. Let's float up to a world that's far more uplifting and gorgeous. If you love hand-drawn games that feel like art in motion, Owlboy is an absolute must-play. You control Otis, a kind-hearted owlboy who can fly freely through the clouds, exploring floating islands and uncovering an emotional story about belonging and courage. Every frame is packed with detail. The pixel art and animation are breathtaking, and the soundtrack perfectly complements its bittersweet tone. The gameplay blends platforming, puzzle solving, and light combat, but what really makes it special is its world building and characters. It's got that warm, classic feel of a Nintendo adventure, but with indie storytelling depth. It's not the longest game, clocking in at about 8 hours, but that just means that every moment counts. It's one of those games that just feels right. Everything feels smooth and responsive, and I have no complaints besides wanting to play more. And all of that makes for a pretty great game. And at 80% off, costing just £3.79 or your regional equivalent, you can't argue. This sale ends on November 13th in the UK and Europe, and November 14th in North America. Moving on from floating islands to the far reaches of space, this next one mixes deck building with starship combat in a unique indie gem. Cobalt Core is a deck building roguelike that manages to be both deep and approachable. You control a team of pilots trying to escape a time loop, using cards to command your ship, dodge attacks, and unleash powerful combos. Each run changes your crew and strategy, so there's a ton of replayability. The art style is vibrant pixel art full of personality, and the soundtrack perfectly fits its interstellar setting. What sets it apart from other roguelikes is how readable and fast-paced the combat feels. It's tactical but never overwhelming. One small gripe is that it can take a few runs to unlock its full potential, but once you do, it's addicting and it's life-consuming. And with a considerable 20+ hour story, you might want to free up a few evenings. Cobalt Core is currently £11.43 or your regional equivalent, a 35% discount, and I heavily recommend this game. It's great. This sale ends on November 10th in the UK and Europe and November 11th in North America. Transitioning from space, our next game swaps laser fire for legal battles. If you've never shouted "Objection" at the screen before, this is your moment. The Pheonix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy collects the first 3 games in the series: Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations, fully remastered for the Switch. You'll step into the shoes of a rookie defense attorney, cross-examining witnesses, exposing contradictions, and unravelling increasingly wild murder mysteries. It's part visual novel, part puzzle game, and all personality. The writing is sharp, the characters are unforgettable, and every case balances humour, tension, and genuine heart. It's surprisingly cozy too. You can play a few cases at a time, making it perfect for handheld play. I've heard people talking about how far-fetched the cases are occasionally, but that's all part of its charm. And it is a video game. It's witty, dramatic, and one of the best narrative experiences on the Switch, and is an absolute bargain at just £9.99 US or $13.32 Canadian, a 67% discount for a fantastic franchise offering well over 60 hours of content. Unfortunately, this sale is only available in North America, but I just had to include it at this price. This sale ends on November the 11th. After all that courtroom drama, let's calm things down and set sail into something much more serene. Far, Changing Tides is the kind of game you play when you want to relax and lose yourself in a beautifully melancholy world. You pilot a massive ship across flooded ruins, solving light puzzles and managing your vessel's engine and sails. There's no dialogue, just stunning visuals and a moving soundtrack that tells a story without words. The feeling of discovery is magical, and it's full of tiny, rewarding moments that make you pause and take in the scenery. Some might find it slow-paced, but that's exactly its charm. It's meditative, not stressful. It's perfect for cozy evenings when you just want something thoughtful rather than intense. If you like Journey or Inside, you'll love this one. And even with its shortest story of about 5 hours of game time, at just £4.49 or your currency's equivalent, it's a gem. This sale ends on November 13th in the UK and Europe and November 14th in North America. But if slow and serene isn't your speed, the next one turns cleaning up after crimes into a surprisingly fun stealth challenge. Ever wondered who cleans up after a mob hit? Serial Cleaner answers that with a wink and a mop. You play as a professional crime scene cleaner in the 1970s, sneaking through pixelated murder scenes to dispose of evidence, hide bodies, and dodge cops, all to a funky, jazzy soundtrack. It's fast, funny, and strangely satisfying. The levels start simple, but quickly become chaotic puzzles of timing and improvisation. The art direction, all bold colours and sharp shapes, matches its darkly comedic tone perfectly. It's not a huge game, but it's endlessly replayable if you love perfecting stealth routes. Occasionally, the AI can be a little unpredictable, but that just adds to its improvisational fun. The game offers 5 to 7 hours of content, but it is so replayable you can get much more out of it, and at just £2.99 or your regional equivalent, an 80% discount, you would be mad not to buy it. This sale ends on November 20th in the UK and Europe and November 21st in North America. From sneaky cleanup jobs to old school action mayhem, this next one's for fans of classic co-op chaos. Abathor feels like a lost 16-bit arcade game brought to life on modern hardware. It's a pixel-perfect side-scroller where you and up to 3 friends fight through hordes of monsters, uncover secrets, and face massive bosses. The controls are tight, the difficulty is fair, and the soundtrack goes hard. Every stage feels handcrafted for chaos, and the mix of melee and magic keeps the combat fresh. The retro visuals pop beautifully on the Switch's screen, and it's got that couch co-op energy we don't get enough of anymore. Some players might find it tough solo, but with friends, it's an absolute blast. It's pure, old-school action done right, and is currently just £6.74 or your country's equivalent, a 50% discount on a game offering 10 hours of fantastic gameplay. This sale ends on November 27th in the UK and Europe, and November 20th in North America. Now let's keep that momentum going with one of the most fluid and fun platformers you can grab on sale right now. If you love speed, precision, and creativity, Splasher delivers in spades. Part Meat Boy, part Splatoon, you play as a little rebel armed with a paint cannon that lets you bounce, stick to walls, and dash through levels at breakneck speed. It's colourful, kinetic, and full of clever level design. Every new ability adds layers to movement and puzzle solving, making it endlessly satisfying to master. The game rewards skill, but it never feels unfair. It's all about flow and rhythm, which is helped by the buttery smooth controls. It might not have the emotional story of something like Celeste, but it matches its gameplay excellence. It's the perfect just one more level game for handheld sessions, and it's stupid cheap, currently discounted by 90%, costing just £1.29 or your currency's equivalent. It's an absolute no-brainer. This sale ends on November 8th in the UK and Europe, and November 9th in North America. As we take a break from jumping and shooting, let's switch gears to something big, cinematic, and surprisingly relaxing. There's something magical about watching your first dinosaur hatch in Jurassic World Evolution. You design your own park, manage resources, and balance science, entertainment, and chaos. It's both strategic and oddly soothing, until a storm hits you or your T-Rex escapes. The Switch version runs better than you'd expect, and while the textures are a little softer, the gameplay loop remains addictive. Managing dino behaviour, experimenting with genetics, and seeing guests flock to your exhibits is endlessly satisfying. It's not a hardcore sim, but that's its charm. Easy to pick up, relaxing to play. I never understood the intrigue with these games, but after playing the second one last year, it finally clicked, and I had an absolute blast playing through both of them back to back. And at an 80% discount, this will only set you back £9.99 or your region's equivalent. It's definitely worth a look, and this may be the best time. This sale ends on November 13th in the UK and Europe, and November 14th in North America. And to close things out, let's finish with something story-driven, emotional, and unforgettable. The Pale Beyond puts you in command of a stranded crew trapped in frozen seas, leading them through a brutal Antarctic winter. Every day brings new crises, dwindling food, exhaustion, and morale that can shatter under pressure. Your choices matter, not just for survival, but for the bonds you form. The writing is exceptional, mixing heavy decisions with moments of quiet humanity. The art style, a hand-painted, muted palette, matches the tone perfectly. It's part survival, part visual novel, and all heart. Some might find the pacing slow, but that's intentional. It gives weight to every choice. If you love narrative-driven games, like this War of Mine, this is an essential pickup, especially whilst it's just £3.35 or your country's equivalent. A massive 80% discount for a fantastic little story offers a gripping 10-hour journey. This sale ends on November 6th in the UK and Europe, and November 11th in North America. And there you have it. 11 great Nintendo eShop deals that prove you don't need a big budget to have big adventure. Whether you're flying through the skies in Owlboy, surviving icy despair in the Pale Beyond, or cleaning up messes you definitely didn't make in Serial Cleaner, there's something here for every kind of player. If you found something new to add to your wishlist, drop a like and let me know in the comments what you're picking up. I cover new sales every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Until then, thanks for watching, stay frugal, I'll see you around.